Tell me how you gonna be. Say that you're gonna be. She said she wants some Marvin Gaye, some Luther Vandross, a little needle. All right. When some of y'all jump in here, I'm gonna let y'all just sit while I do some breakdown work, bored and by myself. So y'all can join up, man. Join me. I'll wait for more of y'all to jump in here. It's a Friday, so might not be too many of y'all. Y'all might be out shaking your ass or something, but we're gonna find out. All right. I'll give you about a couple minutes while I sit here and prep everything. Y'all go ahead and do your thing. Make sure all my shit is working. Got you. All right, 6 of y'all in here. Davey, what's up? He said we not gonna have a first round pick. Why not? He said Gibbs gave Drew some work. Not really, man. I think they did a smart game plan. They ran a smart game plan against Drew because they ran away from him. Anytime Gibbs and Drew had to meet, he erased his ass. It's just when you run away from a guy, it's just like if you say Micah Parsons, you gave Micah Parsons work, but he's on this side of the ball and you ran it to the left and away from him, then that's what's gonna happen, man. Yeah. Hoodlum, what up? Hoodlum, what up with you, Brody? How you, man? Yep, I'm chilling. I'm chilling. Hold on a second. Let me go ahead and put this up here. All right, 14 of y'all in here. That's enough. All right, so I'm gonna be oh, he said Diggs. Y'all going after Diggs or Judy? That's what we doing. Oh, I ain't know. I thought it was gonna be Odell Beckham, but if we do that makes sense. But I wouldn't give up my first round for either one of them, though. To be honest, for Diggs or Judy, because it's just too expensive. Plus, we're gonna have to pay him earlier than we would a rookie. Who would you trade the 26 for? Trade the 26 pick? Nobody. Nobody I can think of. Nobody. I'll trade my second round pick. I wouldn't trade my 26 pick. Who surprised you more in the CB combine? I haven't looked at the CB combine yet, so no clue. Nobody surprised me. I looked at the D line and linebackers yesterday, but I'll be watching the CB combine today when I get off here. So no, I haven't even looked at it yet. Hello. I'll let you know once I do, and I'll make another video tomorrow. Good evening, Charlene. How you doing? How you doing, Char? All right, let me jump back into this breakdown. I don't know, like it's kind of weird because I can't look at the screen and break down at the same time. So I'll go off of like the last question one of y'all asked me, but I'll try to keep talking while I do it, or I'll at least talk you through what I'm looking at here. Maybe that'll help better. But this is like the first play with these two. Let me know too. All right, I'm gonna hit play real quick. Let me know if it's choppy. So let me know if this is choppy for you guys real quick before we even go. I'm going to tell you, Kalaja Casey. I'm going to tell you how I feel about him, Charlene. Cansey, I mean. Uh, yep, I'm back on, Goodry. I'm back from the gym. I'm back on. Is that choppy though? Can y'all see what's going on the screen without it? Like, is it slowed up for you? You know what I mean? Let me know that real quick so I can start over. That's why I'm asking. Somebody say it in the chat so I know what's up. All right. All right, it's good, cool, smooth. You straight, bang. All right, let me get on. Charlene, Kalijah, he's in this film. I just was looking at his film. I like him, but I don't like him any more than I like Osa. And I feel like we have a Kalijah on this team in Osa Odigizua. Not that he's not better. Maybe he is. He's a little more shorter, a little more compact, maybe a little faster. But he does some of the same things. He's a very strong little guy. You know what I mean? When I say little, he ain't little. He's 6 foot 280, all muscle. But he's a stout guy. Probably won't get over 290 in the league. A little John Randall-ish, crazy. Very good though. But I can't see what I would do with him. I don't like him here, but I like him, but not here. We got guys that we're trying to figure out that are three techs right now that I think would play just as well in Chauncey and Osa. And that's not because I'm a homer. I really think he got a game that's a lot like Osa or Diggy Zua, just faster. You said already you headed to your gym yourself. I wasn't in the gym for me. It was me in the gym with other people. I was training. I wasn't lifting. So yeah, I'm back already. Yeah, I'm back already. I ain't had to do much. All right. All right, it's good. So let's do it. All right, this is the first play I pulled with these two against each other. So you got 42 right here. And what I'm doing with this breakdown, and I just see y'all see how I break things down anyway. I like to point out who the other players are. So I like to do something like I'll freeze the screen so we can see who the players are real quick, and then I'll go from there. But what I saw with these guys against each other is exactly how I thought Gibbs plays, which is he's a guy that he can give you nothing or he's a home run hitter. A lot like Tony Pollard. Like he'll give you some good runs, and then when he actually gets daylight or when you get a little tired, or if he has a guy like they do with number 2 and number 4, the quarterback number 4, when they can tire your team out and then start running him late in games, he's a closer because you can't chase him around tired. You just really can't. Gibbs is crazy, but you can see in the beginning of the game, Alabama wanted to see what Drew and Arkansas was going to do and how they were going to go about attacking. And once they got a good beat on that early, they adjusted late in the game, and he started blowing everything open after that. So it was good adjustment on Alabama's part, but I thought I thought they both fared pretty well. I thought they both held their own. Drew did his thing, in my opinion, in this game because I don't know him, so it's not like I got a reason to lie for him or say anything that's not accurate. Feel me? He did his thing though. Let me point him out real quick. Where is it? Give me something. Yeah, he did his thing. Hold on. Let's see what we got. I might expand this just a little bit. Yeah, he did a good job though. Hold on. Tired. There it goes. That's what I'm looking for. Where'd it go? And it is right there. Boom. Here we go. Copy it. Yeah, I was bored, so I said I'm not gonna sit here by myself. I might as well let y'all see how I do what I do. So I'm like, let me sit here and put it together for y'all. All right, here we go. Got it. All right, cool. I'll let y'all see the first run. Y'all see the behind the scenes. I'll put this together with a voiceover later. But I like how Drew Sanders flows to the football. You'll see that here. So that's what I'm going to highlight on this play. When he comes down the line of scrimmage or when he engages, he doesn't give linemen, and it's probably because he's used to being in that mess near the defensive line and he's tall. He doesn't give linemen a lot of room to find him, like, a lot of space. Because sometimes when a lineman gets off of a block, he wants to do a combination block. He's looking for you, but he doesn't give you that kind of space where you can find him easily because he gets very close to the line of scrimmage and he can still see what's happening in the backfield because he's 6'5". So I like that about him for sure. Let's blow this up. Boom. And you get to see what this look like. So let's see. Boom. There we go. Yeah, but he finds the football quite well for a guy who doesn't play linebacker either. That's the other thing I did like about him. Like, he's not a natural linebacker, still very raw. But even in this game, although I can see some of the rawness there, he still, I think, played pretty well. I like what I saw. And it wasn't like even when I looked at Gibbs' stats and I said, "Oh man, he must have got killed," but he didn't. When you look at Gibbs stats, and I take you to the plays, which I will in a second. If I take you to the plays where Gibbs is like killing it, you'll see him. As a matter of fact, we can do a talk through right now, real quick, so that you can just see what I'm talking about, and then we can go from there. Um, he said, DP said, "What up, family? What's up, man?" Jameson Taylor said, "What's up? What's up, man?" Let me push through this real quick. All right, go back to this and blow this up all the way. Then I'll let y'all watch this. That way I can see it. All right. Yeah, I'll let y'all watch the plays first, and then we'll get through it. But most of the time, when you on these early downs, I know you got to find 42 because I haven't broken this down and showed you yet. But most of the time in these early downs and in the first half, you see 42 is all over the place. Like that's Drew Sanders. He's all over the place. He's getting his hands on balls. He's chasing quarterbacks. He has a high motor, tall, very quick feet, and he finds the ball. Although he kind of creates gaps because he gets close to the line of scrimmage, but then he'll find the ball, and he's a solid tackler, not a power hitter by any means, but solid tackler, and he did a great job on Gibbs in the first half. And what you'll see later in the film, in about 2 minutes or so, you'll see Gibbs is they're going to counter, and they're going to start running away from him. When they run away from him, it's lights out. Like it's nothing he could really do about it because he's just him by himself. The fact that he was on Alabama, I think, bode well for him too. He understood how they wanted to play because he played there. So I think that kind of helped him in this game as well because he knew what was coming at him. But he just one guy, one 5-star guy, isn't enough. And it seems like as far as defensively, he's the main guy, the only guy. Look at that closing speed right there. He can run, man. But he's the main guy out there as far as defensively. Nobody else is really an impact player on Arkansas, and if I'm disrespecting anybody that you guys know, and this is just a one-off game that nobody else is really doing shit, let me know. But from the film, I saw that Gibbs was able to get off as long as he was running away from where Sanders was the space he was occupying. Watch this play here. I like the fact that Sanders was in the backfield there, and he's the guy that chases this down and makes the play, but he was playing defensive end on that play, and I was like, that's wild that he has that much range and speed. I don't know what he's doing. I don't think he ran a 40 because I didn't see his 40 time before this video, but it was just crazy that he was able to chase that down. I like how he plays. Like I said, when you run at him or if you run anything front side to his direction, he is good at disengaging. He is, everything that you want in a defensive end or a linebacker because if you run at him, he knows how to shed and find the ball. But you can see the difference. Just now, Gibbs just scored running away from him. You see the screen pass here. And this is also a breakdown of Gibbs because I told you guys earlier he is another Tony Pollard. And you can see that early that he's a guy that finds space very well. That's not Gibbs there, but you see he's a guy that finds space very well, gets in space, and he's out. It's a foot race. You know what I mean? But I don't know who number 4 is, that quarterback. He's fast as hell too. But Gibbs isn't a guy that you give the ball to, 20, 30 times. That's not his game. He's probably not track speed fast or he's hurt. Yeah, he probably like a 4.6 guy like LVE, but he plays fast. I don't know how he's able to play that fast because you usually can't play fast when you're not accustomed to the position you're playing. But he plays very fast. So maybe he's just a instinctive player. I think that's probably what it would say. DMV fanatic, what up, man? But yeah, he's an instinctive player, so I think that's probably what that would mean. If you can see a guy who's still able to play fast, but not necessarily a fast guy. And I can't say he's not fast because, like I said, he chases these guys down a couple times, but not in this one. Like I said, number 4 is a foot race, and I'll get into that play. Like I'm going to break all those plays down. I just wanted you guys to see what was happening in this game. Like you can see when you run away from them on the back end, they ran away from them this time. It was touchdown after everyone else got tired. When they ran away from Drew, it was lights out. It was lights out almost every time. You see there they ran at him and he stopped that again. AKOYE, do you remember Napoleon Kaufman? Yeah, from the Raiders. That's who he reminds you of? Napoleon Kaufman? Yeah, I remember him. He said, sheesh. Well, you don't like Kaufman? Oh yeah, Gibbs, man. Gibbs got burners. He got burners. But with Gibbs's game, and that's the end of that film, I think. With Gibbs's game, I think is like we saw a lot of that with we see a lot of that with TP, a guy that can get to daylight. I think that Gibbs is more of a straight line runner than TP is, although he can cut just as well. TP is he breaks tackles, breaks a lot of arm tackles. Now he got some size on him, and he also is a guy that can cut but still keep full speed while cutting. Gibbs didn't really show me that. He's like a one cut guy. Like once he gets to open field, it's out. But he also is one of the better athletes on the field. So maybe he doesn't have to cut because ain't nobody in front of his ass. So I don't. We won't know that. I don't know that until I watch more film. But I like him. I just don't look at him as a guy that you get if you're keeping TP. I don't think you need two of them. That's just how I feel. And I think if you're gonna say who's the better, I mean maybe Gibbs develops and becomes even better than what he is on film now. But I think who's better out of the two, if I'm gonna if I'm gonna put my money on somebody, it's gonna be TP. I feel like TP can do more. He's a little more stout. So I don't think you draft a Gibbs and a TP, but the film speak for itself. He's definitely a good player. Definitely a good player. But I'm gonna go back to breaking it down now that y'all kind of saw that. Y'all can kind of see what I'm doing. I'll jump back in and check the comments, but this is gonna be not the noisiest, most talkative live video because I'm really just showing y'all behind the scenes. But when I'm doing this, it's not much to talk about other than me pointing out where players are, what they're doing, and so on. You know what I mean? So that's what I'll be doing. Hold on. These are the types of things I like about him. Like even though he sees, instead of trying to get away from contact here with this lineman that's coming across to engage, he flows over the top of this effortlessly, and we see that already in Micah Parsons, who can do that. It's like he sees him, he has to deal with it, but it's an afterthought. His eyes are in the backfield. He's making sure he's on his assignment. He knows he has to get rid of 52, but he doesn't have to focus on 52 to do it. And that's something we see that LV kind of struggles with. If those guys get to the second level and they can get their hands on him or they engage him, he's not half as efficient as he is when you have a good nose tackle in front of him. He could float to the football like when LV had Hankins in there. See, this here is what I'm talking about. He just gets there. He still gets into the hole, into that gap, just as fast as he should have, while having to shed a block and get rid of a guy. That's important. I like that out of Drew. And here's a play for Gibbs. See, this is what I'm saying. Like this is good from Gibbs. I don't think like I said, it's not a bad play, but he doesn't have to do much. He's just athlete. He's just out athleting everybody, and the rest of the team is like the scheme is to run away from Drew, and the rest of the team just did their job as far as blocking for him, which he can't. I don't penalize a runner for good blocking ever, but I didn't see a lot that was like self-created. He's just a shifty guy that if you give him the ball in space, I'm not going to Napoleon Kaufman him because I think Kaufman wasn't that great, but he's not a guy that I think is like a self-creator. Not yet. I didn't see that yet. When he was running head up, with Drew, he wasn't creating anything. You know what I mean? He just got tackled. 4 or 5 yards, tackle, nothing. But once they're tired and once they're out of the way, so you got Drew that's on the back end of this play at the top. So I'll point him out right here. So that back action right there, the scheme was designed to like move him away from this play so they can get this action going front side. All right. And when you see that, it's like, okay, he's schemed into position to use his athleticism, which I don't penalize him for. But I'm just saying, is it like, yo, you see Drew in the hole, he's in the hole, you're in the hole. Are you making guys, other top guys miss? That's what I'm saying. You know what I mean? The rest of these guys are obviously they don't look like 5-star recruit type talent in Arkansas. So the better team is they stump these guys out too, something vicious. So let's see what the blocking look like. So this is what I'll do. I'll like take a segment of a play, like this segment here, just so I can see what everybody's doing. Then I'll copy it, double it up a little bit. Somebody said hit me. Then I'm gonna I'm gonna zoom in or crop in on certain players just so I can see what everybody did on this play and see what sprung it open beforehand. Yeah, this can't blow up either. The college film is just ugly. Like whatever camera they're shooting with is just like shitty. Look at how grainy that is. When I do coaches film in the league in the NFL, it's different. Here we go. All right, let's take a look at it. Yeah, ain't really had to do nothing. Just put his foot in the ground. Boom, gone. Nobody catching him, and they all tired. Nobody even wants to catch him because at this point it was already a blowout anyway. Like they were tired. They're like, man, we ain't running. Ain't nobody dealing with that. They got him out of here though. But yeah, that's all I'll do on a play. Like if I want to see something that a guy's doing, I just sit and blow it up. But see, here's an example, right? You'll see Sanders is here. I think. Let me see. Make sure that's Sanders. That is actually number 10. Sanders is over here. Is to the right. Let's watch what he's doing. 55 is trying to reach box Sanders. So let's look at that real quick. Boom. All right, so Sanders is to the right. 55 gets out there. I think 70 was supposed to seal number 10, and he missed this one. So let me show you here. Boom. Yeah, that's what happened. All right, let's blow that up. Yeah, so 70 was supposed to seal that, didn't. And when you see 55 was supposed to get up here and get to Sanders, and also just didn't have an angle because of the way Gibbs cut. He didn't have an angle to really get his hands on him, but he tried. You see that play out, boom. So he just gets a hand on him, but yeah, he gets off that. Nothing really done there. Nobody really did anything. But you can see when you run right at him, it's a totally different ball game than when you run away from him. So here they move him out of the box. He sees he's on the left side. So Sanders is here, Gibbs is here. So they know he's out of this play. They just gave him a formation that works for him. And then 70 is just gonna seal 60. And once Gibbs puts his foot in the ground, that's home run. It's like it's nothing you can really do with that. So I'm breaking it down just because I didn't want to have to break these two down individually. So I get a lot of good film out of both of them just from them both being in the same game. So it was a good one for me. But I just wanted you guys to see how I'm assessing or what I think about when I'm doing these breakdowns or how I'm doing them. Boom. All right. He disengages well too. Like you can tell that he still has his natural defensive end ability. Sanders does because he disengages well and he's very comfortable dealing with linemen. Like he's not. You'll see in Trent Simpson's. Although Trent Simpson is fast, everybody wants him at linebacker. If you ask me which one I would go with, it would honestly be Sanders. Although Trent Simpson is good, he's a guy that he needs a clear path. He's more of a safety to me the way he plays. Like he needs a clear path. He can't deal with. He doesn't disengage very well. But if you get him on the edge or you just get him a running start, he's going to run and tear some shit up. But I didn't see not one time where his block shedding to me is not very good because when I was watching his film earlier, and I got his film queued up too. Trent Simpson wasn't able to get off of the blocks the way I would want him to, or the way anybody would want him to at the pro level. Because if you're doing that in college, the pros they're gonna get their hands on you, man. You're gonna have to deal with that. You're gonna have to deal with that. Yeah, you're gonna have to deal with that, and you can't. You're not gonna be very good. All right, let me see what y'all talking about in the chats real quick. We got would Lance Dunbar be a good comp? What you mean? Comparison? Um, Lance was fast, yeah. You know who I think about? Who's the guy that Marshall Falk played with? Trung Candidate. That's who I see in Gibbs. Trung Candidate. That's who he reminds me of. He can do a little bit of everything, super fast, ridiculously fast, nasty skills, but just not a guy that you say, hey, go run the ball even 15, 20 times. Like, no, you don't do that. You cue him up. And that's why I say that he's gonna be great wherever he goes, but you want to send him to a team that has a solid bell cow already, and he's the second guy. Here, if you're thinking if you're of the camp that wants to get rid of Zeke and you're saying I'm going to get rid of Zeke and keep a Gibbs and a Tony, that doesn't make much sense to me. They're the same type of guy. If you're getting rid of Tony, then that's the only way that would make sense. And it's still, I don't think you get rid of Tony for Gibbs because I think Tony's better. So for me, it's a no on Gibbs, but not because he's not good. I like him a lot. Now, if he's there for some dumb reason, he's there in a late crazy round, take him. But first round, nah, I wouldn't do it. Nah, I wouldn't do it. Second round, still wouldn't do it. Me, not for the Cowboys anyway. Any other team, depending on their situation, yeah, but not here. Jay Bryan says, "What's up, brother? You've been putting in work lately. Great work, man. Appreciate that." He said, "I love Gibbs, and I see y'all talking in there. Nothing really major. Nobody saying anything to me." He said, "Drew had to transition to backer, so we're seeing some growing pains. I think whoever picks him with uh, will have. I think you said will, yeah, will have to create a plan for him. Yeah, he doesn't have. But the thing that I see in him though." He plays fast with his eyes, so that means he's a guy that has great reflexes. He has good quick twitch athleticism, and he assesses post snap very well. Because for him to not know the linebacker position that well, still play at that level, it's a little insane. Like that's very hard to do. He hasn't played the position, so for him to be able to do that and still play at that level is crazy. And you can clearly see that he was the main talent on that defense. Like it wasn't hard to tell when he was unblocked or when you tried to do anything front side against him, he ate that alive. He killed it. When you run away from him, you have success because the rest of those guys, if he had another playmaker either on each level, maybe this team Arkansas would have been even better, obviously. But they're hard to come by. You don't get a lot of top recruits if you're not a top team. Get rid of TP and Zeke. Give me Gibbs and some other back later in the draft. You sick for what? Why? Is there a 5-star nose tackle? 26 is too high. Is there a 5-star nose tackle? While we at it, I'm gonna get back into this film in a second, but while we're at it, let me show you. Let me show you what I mean. All right, let me save this real quick. Or maybe I don't even have to save it. I can do it on the back end of this. All right, yeah, that's what I'll do. Give me a second. Yeah, there's a nose tackle that we like. Let me blow this up. All right, blow this up, blow this up. Here's a nose tackle that I would easily take him 26 and wouldn't be mad because I don't think he's going to make it through the second round. Let me show you my guy. This is the Trent Simpson film. I don't want to watch that. Hold on. I mean, if y'all want to watch it, let me ask y'all because I got like 26 minutes of film. So let me ask you if y'all want to watch it. If y'all want to watch the rest of those guys, I'm not going to break them down, but we can watch them if you want. I have some of their film queued up already. AKOYE Media, yo, DJ Turner was a second round cornerback. He was really athletic and fast today. Bro ran a 4.2. God damn. Sheesh. 4.2. The speed is getting crazy because of that speed treadmill that they got where they can, it's just speed technologies is fucking crazy. But speed is getting ridiculous. God damn. Sheesh. I personally think you take Nolan Smith and make him a Parsons light, move him around and use that speed. Dude ran a 4.3. I don't think I would agree if Nolan Smith is there, but I think because of that 4.3, Nolan Smith will be way off the board before 26, bro. If he there at 26, that would surprise me. I don't think he's gonna be there. Do y'all want to see the rest of these guys film, or do you want to see the nose tackle that's such a who just asked me about the DP that John Williams asked me about? I can just show you nose tackle if you want. Say yes or no. Come on, let me know real quick so I can get back to it. I really like Drew and Jack Campbell at Iowa. Campbell has okay. Y'all want to see nose tackle? Got it. Nose tackle. Yeah, he said Campbell has. I didn't read the rest of that. Sorry. All right, here we go with Mozzie. Okay, here's your nose tackle right here. All right, erase that. Boom. Erase that. Boom. All right, let's dig in. This raw. I haven't, like I said, I haven't broken this down at all yet, so I don't know what I'm even looking at. So you can watch it. We'll watch it together. But you'll see real quick why I like number 58 is who we're looking at. That's Mozzie Smith. So I'll point him out each time. Yeah, you guys should be able to see him though. Number 58 right there in the middle of the field. Like one on one, he hasn't been like they haven't been able to block him one on one yet in the film that I've seen. Like, and he has a motor that to me is ridiculous. Like, if he got one guy on him, he's bench pressing that guy. And then he also you have to pay attention to number 23 and 25, the guys behind him, because they're able to run free to the ball in most cases when he's out there because of the way he actually holds up the line. I love Mozzie. So if Mozzie is there, if I was going to take a guy first round, it would probably be Mozzie. He doesn't even get out. Like, he has a high motor. He's not like Ika where he's going to play half a game and he's going to be gassed the rest of the game. I'm not trying to hate on Ika, but he could be tired, man. That boy big. But Mozzie, you see how he moves down the line, still makes this play. Like, you wouldn't think that he's 320, 330. You know what I'm saying? Moving the way he moves. He's very fast and has a high motor and can run, So like I like the way he plays. Like, you guys see that. Like, he's changing direction, chasing stuff around. Like, you see number 58 in the middle of the field. I don't have to point him out. But Mozzie's just a different guy, man. So for me, that's my guy. I would go after Mozzie if he's there at 26. I think you take him and he makes his defense better as far as if you're looking for a nose tackle. I don't know how the Cowboys are looking at their defensive tackle room right now. I don't know how they're assessing it. But right now, I'm not scared. I'm not here to say that you need one early because it's not like it's a gap unless you're not bringing Hankins back. But if you re-sign Hankins, you got Carlos Watkins and you got Bohanna, you don't necessarily need one that high. But if you want one that high, that's your guy. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying here. So don't go off and saying, Okoye said we should spend 26 pick on Mozzie Smith. Only if that's what we're looking for. I don't know what they're looking for. I would like him though. He's one guy that I'm not gonna complain about if we got him. I don't care where we get him. But yeah, you can see some of the stuff that he's doing out there. Let me see what some of you guys are saying. He said Nolan never looked like a big dude. He looked 6'2", 230, 240. He's not a big dude. He's about that size. He's 6'3", 240. About the size of a Hassan Reddick when he came out. A little taller. That's it. Think Hassan Reddick. Hassan Reddick, not a little dude either. Same type of size, all that. Yeah. Yeah, same size. So I don't think that's like, far off. You're right. But Nolan measured smaller than what they thought. Yeah, who thought he was big though? I don't think anybody thought he was big. Kobe Bryant. Nobody thought he was big. And he's not a guy that he's perfect size for a linebacker. He's not a guy that you say you're just a defensive end. I think if you look at his film in Georgia, they used him as a linebacker too. They didn't just use him as a defensive end. So he's not a guy that you say just play in. You can put him anywhere, and I think he's going to be effective moving around. When they say Micah Light, I think they say that a lot now, but I think they kind of mean it when it comes to Nolan. Mozzie, like as I said, he's a guy that has. He said I feel like Mozzie plays a little light for his size. If we go nose tackle, we need a fat ass big old boy. Nah, man, that's what I'm saying. Mozzie can hold up double teams all day. It's not his fault. He fast too. He can get upfield, but he's not a guy that like avoids punishment. So when you say light for his size, like what do you mean? One guy doesn't block him, as you just saw right there. You can't block him with one man, and two guys don't move him. So he could put his foot in the ground and play nose. You don't really need him to do much. And if you put him next to Hankins and say play three, shit. Like so, if you think that's what you're saying, man, no. Mozzie is crazy with it. So I don't think he's lighting the ass at all. Not even. He's just fast. That's not his fault. He's fast. A guy doesn't have to be slow just because they're a nose tackle. He's the perfect size for a nose tackle. As you can see right there, like you can't move him off the ball, and he still finds the ball while wrecking guys in front of him. Like, what else do you want, man? Look at this. Look at that. He's just slapping dudes to get to the quarterback. Like he's just slapping the shit out of people, man. Like, I don't think there's nothing wrong with him, man. Look at it. And he can run. Look at it. He's just throwing running backs around. Like he plays mean, which is the other thing I like. All right, he out of here. I'm gonna just answer some more of your questions, and I'm gonna get back to this breakdown. I jumped in to just say what's up because I was bored. But Jay Bryant, AKOYE Media and Kobe Bryant. Nolan is smaller. That is what I think he may be. Why I think he may be there. What is he? 3-4 outside linebacker, 4-3 will undersized defensive end. Yeah, I mean you got a point. Um, if I say 4-3, he'd be like a Sam, not a Will. You don't want him running around covering guys all day. You want him coming forward. A Will is more like a safety almost, a smaller guy, a smaller linebacker. He ain't a small linebacker. He's a big ass linebacker. He's just a small defensive end. But I see what you mean. But I don't think that a team that needs a pass rusher is going to say the same. Like a team that's a 3-4 team is going to take him. They're going to take him. He's a difference maker. Pittsburgh would take him in a heartbeat. Why wouldn't they? He's sickening. Um, so I don't know if he's there at 26. I still think that's a far cry, especially him lighting it up in the combine and being that guy. But again, if he's there at 26, you definitely take him. But then he creates questions on our defense too, like what type of defense do we run with him out there? Where do you put him? Do we put him at linebacker or do we put Micah back at linebacker and put him where Micah was and have him opposite side Sam Williams? And do you run a 3-4? Do you run a 4-3? It's like there's a lot of different things you do or can do based on him being out there. So I don't know. I don't know if he's a good fit for the Cowboys or not. I know he's a great player. He's my top athlete or top football player defensively that I like. Like he's a football player. There's a couple of places you could put him, but either way, he's going to be great in this league. I hope people don't like look at his size and say he's not going to be good because of his size, like they did with Reddick, and they made a mistake. What's up, AKOYE? How you feel? How you like the DT out of Pitt? Oh man, y'all gonna keep asking me questions about guys I just teed up. I like him. I got him in the film too. I just don't have him. He's right before this Mozzie film. I like Kalijah Cansey. I'm going to do a film on him next, but not now. I don't want to jump into that because I'm working on this one. But I like him. I think he's undersized. I said this earlier. I don't like him here. I don't like him for the Cowboys. Not unless we ran like 3-4 and you had him as a 3-4 defensive end type of guy. I don't like him as a 3 tech here because we have Osa Odigizua. I think Osa is a bigger version of him. Same type of guy. You know, Osa's a bigger version. So why would we go get him? I don't know what he does here that makes us happy. He'll be good with pass rushing, blitz happy type of team. But when you run at him in the league, he's going to have trouble because of his size. He does have freakish strength like Osa, but I just think if you're looking at two guys that you want to play who are like freakishly strong three techs, where would he get his snaps? Because you got Osa and Chauncey, and I like both of those guys right now better than I like him. He is violent though; he's good, but he's undersized fast guy. 3-4 defensive end, that's where he should be. Not here, not here. That's how I feel about him. You know, Ian just reported they gonna tag Pollard if no deal is reached by Tuesday. Ill, ill, ill. I don't like the tag of Pollard. I think that's a slap in the face to Pollard. Uh, uh, I had to say his name right. L Twyman 7. What up, man? I had to think, but yeah, I had to think how to say his name because I'm about to say Liddy Whiteman again. Liddy Whiteman again. The Liddy Whiteman. Weidman. That's what I was calling him the first time. But no, I think it's corny if you tag TP, man. I said this earlier and I'm gonna say it again. That's just crazy. He said Pollard going to rob our front office. They robbing him by tagging him. If you tag Tony Pollard and he got to split carries this season, and you tag him, I don't think Tony Pollard is like, I don't know how hurt he is. So hopefully he can come back and rip it up. But if he can't come back and be ready to rip it up, that's just messed up having to play running back on a franchise tag. I don't like franchising the running back. I don't like it for the running back. It doesn't make sense for him because running backs get hurt. Tony's been hurt the last 2 seasons. What makes you think he's going to be pristine this season? He's getting more and more hurt each season. So I don't like it. I think if you're Tony's camp, you take a deal that's team friendly and a 3-4 year deal, maybe a 3-year deal, so you can have this conversation again while you're still young. By the time you're 28, but I think you do that and you just call it a day. That's what I would do because you hurt yourself, sort of like Jerry Maguire. You hurt yourself if you go out there and you get hurt on this 1-year deal. Um, your stock goes down, not only with the Cowboys, but on the open market too. So I say if I'm Tony, you're riding off of a great season, you take your money now. I would take some money now. Instead of trying to get like the break the bank now. I don't think you break the bank now. Now, if you get franchised, yes, you make your money. You make some money this season, but at the same time, um, I just don't like coming off of an injury, having to prove myself on a franchise. So I think franchise tag. So I just don't like the idea. You said you do like the linebacker out of Texas. He fits DQ. Send me his name. I don't know him. I don't know his name offhand. Like I said, I don't watch college football. I watch college film. LVE can't come up with a deal. Why not? Like where do you think you go? Let him go. If LVE tried to fight you on a deal, I would let him go immediately. He said that's what the rosters call me and my family. That's crazy. That's what's up. Man, I say get Saquon and forget Pollard. Nah, Saquon not going anywhere anyway. They not let. Why would the Giants let Saquon go over Sean? All right, I'll look at over Sean. Got you. Gobe Bryant. He said that's what they say on PFT. I don't know what PFT is. AKOYE Media. Keep in mind that LV is 260 pounds and a will. If I'm DQ, I could make him and Parsons unstoppable. Who? LV? You could if LV, you know, I don't know if LV was like aggressive still. If you get the LV that we got in the playoffs, because I'm trying to be careful what I say because I am fair. I don't want to get caught in the yesterday. I'm looking at what he's done for me lately, and lately, meaning the tail end of last season and the tail end of the season before that. LV is ramping up at the end of seasons. I think he's kind of saving himself in the beginning of them because he seems lost in the beginning of the seasons, and then late in the season he just turn it on and start playing pretty good. I don't say lights out because he's not making plays, meaning he's not getting interceptions and sacks and forcing fumbles and, just being a guy that's just a terror. He's not that. He's never been that. But he is making better plays. He's playing good enough for you to say, I don't mind him being out there late in season. So I don't know. I don't know. Oh, pro football talk. Gotcha. LV soft point blank. I'm going to say it's SOFT. Yeah. If you say he's soft and you don't want him here, I wouldn't argue with you. But to say that you can make him and Parsons beasts, I'm done with the LV experiment. I don't mind him being on the team, but I damn sure think you need a linebacker. Or if LV is still here, I think you let Parsons play more linebacker and you go get you a defensive end. Let Parsons play alongside of Clark or Cox, or all three of those guys play linebacker, and let LV rotate in if he's still here. I don't like LV on the field over half those guys. I wouldn't like him over Clark if he is still here. And I'm tired of seeing him over Jabril Cox, to be honest with you, especially if Jabril is healthy, and he was, because Jabril he's just a nasty person. Like, I like the way he plays. He's a guy that plays like a Swiss Army knife too. He's very versatile. So I don't know. I think you got to go out and get a guy that could man the position like a Bobby Wagner, or you go and get a young guy and you put Parsons next to him and you let those guys be your linebackers, or you put Clark next to him and you let those guys be your linebackers. I don't want to start a season with LV starting at middle linebacker. I don't. Y'all can argue with me, but I don't. And I don't understand how that would be an argument, though. You know what I mean? I don't. All right. I'm gonna get back to this breakdown. Jumped on, just giving you guys some love. Agent 9, he said, if you keep LV, I will come and play for the league minimum. I'm 6'4", 260. Damn, you a big dude, man. You need to be boxing or something. How old are you, man? I'll make you a killer. Do you think Kirsten's under contract? He coming back? Yeah, he coming back. Do I think he coming back after next season, you mean? Probably not. But he's under contract. He said Tank Dell, Michael Wilson, Parker Washington, Thorlawar Scott are wide receivers to watch out for in the third and fourth rounds. Okay, I'll look. Just DM me those. You know I'm not gonna come back to the chat and find that. DM me those, Davey. Oh, you mean Wilson? I don't know, cause you got that dude. What's his name? JL. What the fuck? Skinner? Shit. JL Skinner is Donovan Wilson and J. Rock Kirsch made a baby, and his name is JL Skinner. That dude is crazy, like 6'4", 220, but moves very well and will knock your head off like Dono. I like him. So it's a lot of guys out here that could give Wilson some trouble, and our safety room also gives Wilson trouble because we have so many safeties. Like, even if you lost Wilson, you got Bell, who we liked last year, Marquise Bell. He didn't even play. Marquise Bell is another Dono Wilson type of guy. Not that he's better than Dono, but then even if you don't even go and look at Marquise Bell, you got Koyo and Bell who we have on the fringe, who are developmental guys that could play. And then you got Izzy Mukamu, who is definitely better coverage wise, but who can also hit. So who proved he can hit. So Dono doesn't have as much leverage as one might think. Dono is a team favorite, meaning we like him here, but he doesn't have leverage. None of the guys that are free agents that are asking for money, the Cowboys are very smart with the way they've insulated these players. LV don't got no leverage. You got Clark and you got Cox behind you. Pause. Dono don't have no leverage. You got Hooker. You got J. Rock Kerr still under contract long enough to cause him some problems. Who would love if Donald got out of the way and let him soak up some more stats. You got, like I said, Marquise Bell, who's young, ready, eager to play, and then you got Coyle, who also can hit, who can play okay, but you're not looking. And then you got Izzy Mukamu. We got 5 other safeties, 5. So he don't have no leverage. None of the running backs have leverage because they both coming off of injuries. Zeke knows he can't get any money anywhere else. Tony knows that you don't want a franchise deal because you're hurt. So it's like you either take a deal or you let us tag you. The tag is more like a punishment than in this case than it is a deal because you tag him. I mean, although I hope Tony plays well all season, he's going to be playing with that pressure on his back without that comfort, knowing that if he goes down, every hit he takes is worth 20 mil. You know what I'm saying? If he's injured, that's like 20 million worth of injuries, like that he might be potentially losing off of his career. You know what I mean? Whereas if he takes a deal now, I don't think it's the same because even if he gets hurt next year, but he has a deal on the table, that's a 3-year deal. So spend the next 2 years getting right, and then go for the next contract year, go off again. You know what I'm saying? What's the tag worth for TP? Upwards $10 million. Okoye, the big acquisition, will it be via trade or free agency? You think? I think the big acquisition is Odell Beckham. But somebody said something. I think Fan Talk, Rome actually said this, and he was right to a degree. I got to give it some. He actually made sense, and he said we already knew about the Odell trade talk or pickup, right? So why would that be big news? And it's not. So maybe it's somebody else. I don't know, but I thought it was Odell Beckham. That was what I thought, but it could be. I could be wrong. Fan Talk actually made a lot of sense when he said that. I was listening to him. TP is 10-4. LB is linebackers 20 mil. Safety is 14 mil. Yeah, and none of the three need to get. Well, I don't know why you talking linebacker because we know we ain't franchise tagging no damn LB. Let him go. He's not a franchise player. TP, I can see us franchising them and coming back with Zeke at less money. Because both of them will still get about 20 million this year. Even if you restructure Zeke contract, gave him 5 mil, and then gave him 5 mil in a signing bonus, he still made his 10 mil this year. He knows next year and beyond, you're not gonna make that same money. Cool. You know what I mean? And you're looking at 15 mil in the running back room instead of the 18 mil that Zeke was going to count by himself. So you just saved yourself some money. But like I said, I like TP around 7 to 8 mil a year for 3 years. Give him a $24 million deal, 3-year deal, something like that. And if you want to make it incentive late and in the second year, do that. But something guaranteed in there, and let that be the story. That's what I like. Not like he doesn't deserve more, but he's not going to get more. I think that's what you go after. Yep. Nobody's better than Diggs at wide receiver in this draft. True. But what are you giving up for Diggs? I don't want to sell 2 draft seasons for just Diggs. So if we can get him for a second round and like a 7th round this season, yeah, maybe. I would say go for it. Still gonna have to pay him. But yeah, I'd say go for that. But I wouldn't give up my first round for him. Because I don't think you go receiver first round anyway. Koye, Connor McGovern sign or no? I like signing McGovern. I didn't dislike McGovern. McGovern deals with power pretty well. I like McGovern. Teams paying running backs don't win Super Bowl. I like how y'all throw these numbers out there, these stories out there. Like they make a hell of a lot of sense. You know, just because the team that paid a running back didn't win a Super Bowl this year doesn't mean they don't win Super Bowls. Like no high priced running back has ever won a Super Bowl. That's bullshit if you've ever heard it. You know what I'm saying? You already know that. So stop it, man. Come on, man. And in order, it's something to say that you can't prove anyway. What about David Montgomery from the Bears as a free agent back? I like him. I do like Montgomery. Um, I don't know. I mean, the front office don't seem too excited about trading for no running back. They're worried about the guys we already got. That's what it seems. He said, "Damn, McCoy, how often you going live, bro? Damn, now you making me feel like you tired of seeing me. What you mean? I was breaking down some film. You don't want to see me no more? Damn. You know what I mean? I thought y'all loved me. Okoye, Damian Harris would be a great vet running back partner for TP. TP needs the other guy. Yeah, he does need a second guy. You're right. In the last 10 years, the highest leading rusher made 2.5 mil. Okay, so pay Zeke 2.5 mil a year. And then I guess we can win because of that, right? Appreciate you, JP. He said, bro, you don't go live enough. I said, which one is it, man? Which one is it? I wish they would go get Edmonds from Buffalo if they let him go. Nah, Edmonds wasn't great. That's why they let him go. Love hearing from you. Loving the frequency of the lives. Oh yeah, I'm gonna keep them going. Like I told y'all earlier, I'm gonna be live a lot more. And then I'm like I said today, I couldn't even really get no workout, and I was working my son out and working my fighter out, working Hakeem out. But I couldn't. My neck still hurt, so I'm not doing nothing. I don't know if it was like I was going hard the day before with egg weights and all that. I don't know why my neck hurt. I hope it ain't nothing crazy. I don't feel sick though, so I don't think it's nothing crazy. I don't got no fever. My glands ain't swollen. It's just the back of my neck. I feel crazy. D Hop for a second round pick. He's worth a second round pick. I just don't like D Hop here. I don't like D Hop and I don't like Mike Evans because they slow as fuck, bro. They slow. Why would we go out and get another slow receiver? We got receivers that aren't burners right now. CD ain't a burner. Neither is Michael Gallup. They got good speed, and he got worse speed than both of them. We need a fast guy mainly. We need our Tyler Lockett for this offense. You know, we need a guy that's quick twitch, little Percy Harvin type of guy. But I mean, fast and twitchy. That's what we need. We don't need another big slow motherfucker. And those are guys that want the ball when they're not even open. They want you to throw at them anyway. They're possession receivers that catch in traffic. And I don't want Dak throwing in no more damn traffic. I want guys that can get open. Give me a guy like Devontae Adams, like a guy who can run routes and get the hell open and cause fits. So if it's Odell, cool. If you want to go get Odell and then go get another guy, cool. If you went and got little Diggs, Diggs is cool. He can run routes. I need a guy that can run routes though. I don't want another big slow guy, a big body. That don't make sense. I just told you can lie. You said Stephon. Jared Judy is cool, but he a slot guy. Jared Judy is a slot guy. Why y'all always talking about Judy like Judy is like a route runner? He's a slot guy that doesn't have a crazy his release unless it got better. I gotta watch his film again. But his release isn't the craziest. Like Judy's cool, but he's a guy you put in the slot and you let burn a little bit. But he's not a world beater either. You know what I mean? I don't like trading my picks for guys like that. I don't. Elijah Moore for a mid-round pick. You just want to get you. I don't know what Davey. You just going crazy, Davey. But you the same guy said we can't win if we pay a running back, but you trying to throw the bank at D Hop. Like, what are you talking about? And Judy and Moore. You can go draft one of them. You can get you a Judy in this draft. That dude, Niji, whatever his name is from Ohio State. That's a Judy for you right there, number 11. He's a Judy, even though he runs a 4.5, he ain't as fast as Judy, but he's a route runner. You know what I mean? Like, nah, I don't like it. You said Jerry Judy is a great route runner, though. I only see him in the slot. I never see him on the outside. I never see him on the outside getting with a release. Like when I say a great route runner, I'm talking about a guy that you go put on his own or at the X or the Z and say, okay, press or not, I'm gonna fuck you up. That's a route runner. Coop is a route runner. If you gotta have like CD can run routes too, right? But CD gotta have a release, meaning you gotta keep him off the line of scrimmage so they can't put their hands on him, and then CD can run routes. And I look at Jared Judy the same way. He's a guy that you don't put him on the line of scrimmage and tell him get off of a guy and still get open. He don't do that. He's not that guy. He ain't that guy. He said like top tier route runner. Top tier route runners don't need to be in the slot to get open. They could just get open from anywhere. AKOYE, tell everybody that 2-run first teams played in the NFC Championship game, San Fran and Philly. Hey, they don't understand it, man. That's what was funny to me. They're like, Ken Lott be like, we got to be a passing offense because only passing teams win. And I'm like, yo, didn't we lose to a running team? Like, that don't make sense. You think more flags going to be called when teams run the QB sneak in Philly? Multiple teams complaining about that play, saying players pushing the QB. Yeah, I think they're going to do something about it. I think when they come together, and the CBA is going to probably outlaw that play, or they're probably going to call it like situationally. You only can call it a couple times a game or something. Hey, AKOYE, do you think we are in the Jalen Ramsey sweepstakes? It's a possibility, but I don't see it being that real. And there's only one reason. We're in the sweepstakes because we want to be here. So the conversation is definitely being had. But is it going to happen? I don't think so. Because as soon as he comes here, you're going to have a problem in number 7 because you're going to have to pay him because he's not going to have a guy here getting paid and he's not getting paid. So I think he causes more problems financially than anything. But I would love to have him, but I don't think he gets here. We need wide receiver. What you mean? Running backs are replaceable for cheap, especially. We do need a wide receiver, but why would we be trying to trade only? Like you can't get one in the draft. We can get a wide receiver in the draft. And we don't need wide receiver as bad as you think, though. It's not like as crazy as you think. I'm not shitting on Gallup because Gallup was coming off a torn ACL. Gallup not trash, bro. We got 2 good wide receivers, and we got a developmental guy in Tolbert. That's it. Do we need a guy? Yeah, but we need a bona fide guy, like a fat. I would like Cooks. If you were saying let's go get Cooks, he would change this team immediately because he would stretch the offense. He would stretch defenses out. So if you were going to go get a Cooks or somebody like that, yeah, but you can't just say we need receiver and let's go get any receiver would do. Nah. You said Justin Jefferson and Adams are mostly in the slot too. Never mind, man. Like I don't know. I ain't argue with you. Justin Jefferson, you can line him up anywhere. You can line him up anywhere. He can get open from anywhere. So can Devontae Adams. Devontae Adams, yeah, he can be in the slot just to get him open if you want to get him open quicker. But he doesn't have to be in the slot. That's what I'm saying. He doesn't have to be in the slot to be good. He's good from anywhere you put him. So is Justin Jefferson. Adams is sickening no matter where you put him. Like, come on, man. We already got a guy that's relegated to the slot in CeeDee Lamb. That's our slot guy. So why would we go get another one? We need a guy that could play on the outside and do his thing, not another slot guy. Hey, AKOYE, keep up the great work. Your videos are off the chain. Appreciate that, man. Thank you. Thank you. And I will keep it up. That's them fools listening to them clowns on fan talking about you need to be a passing team to win. You need a run game. You still need a run game. AKOYE, who won the Super Bowl? A good coach and a ridiculously great quarterback. That means that's the only way to win. That's the only way to win is the way they win. They're a different team, a different mental makeup. They're put together totally different than we are. We're a defensive team now. Did you know that? I don't think you did. Hold on, my bad. That's them fools. Oh, I read that already. Expectations for Sam Williams next year. The sky lights the fuck out. Like, period. Lights out. Sam Williams is a player that's going to be ridiculous. Ridiculous. He already was. Think about it. How many sacks did he have last year? 5? How many? I don't know. About 5, 6, 5. But put it to you this way: D Law had I think 6 or 7. Right? I don't remember. But he would have been double digit. He would have been our second leading sack guy here. Period. Hold on. I don't think wide receiver class is strong, to be honest. Mostly filled of guys that are twos. That's true. You're actually right. My bad. Somebody texted me. Hoodlum. Honestly, just a receiver doesn't fix this team. It doesn't even, not even close. Thought video had froze. Yeah, I was reading something of it. I think we're actually probably the most balanced team in the league, to be honest, like both ways. Yeah, we don't have a lot of holes. Cowboys fans, there will be no big moves until Dak gets his extension done because there's no cap free until then. That's the next move first. Hey, you make sense. I think they're already working on Dak's extension. Like Dak gonna be here, so he understands that he needs to, there needs to be some wiggle room in that contract. Mahomes didn't have a lot of passing yards. It was the running game that dominated. Don't tell him. Don't tell him. And number 10, whatever his name is, I forget his name. He got a weird French name or some shit like that. But he was running his ass off. It's little things that kill us. 100. If still not right by training camp, what are our options at right tackle? I think still is the reason Tyron is still on the team. Because Tyron already has versatility swinging over to right. Tyler can play left. Tyron can play right if he needs to, or you can have Tyron start the season at left and Tyler at left guard with Still at right tackle. So you got options because Tyron Smith is still on the team. Like even if Still wasn't ready, you could start the season with Tyron Smith at right tackle and Tyler Smith at left tackle if you had a left guard that could play left guard. So there's a lot of different things you could do if Still wasn't ready. And I think our offensive line coach, Mike Scolari, is going to know how to use these guys a lot better than we've been seeing. All right. Okay, you said Dollar Bill, Steve, Joe, S. I don't know what that is, and D4K, Agent Todd France. They got a volatile relationship. You talking about DK Metcalf coming here? He was a seventh round running back. He was a steal for them. Oh yeah, yeah. Pacheco definitely was, but he definitely could run the ball. To say that you don't pay running backs doesn't mean running backs are trash. Okay. Didn't Chiefs throw 3 TDs and didn't Patty win the Super Bowl MVP? Shut up. That's bad. Kenneth Lott, AKOYE Media. If you were a head coach, how would you go about capitalizing on our defense while keeping Dak happy in your run first scheme? See, why when y'all hear run first, y'all automatically start thinking that run first means run only, and it doesn't mean run only. Run first just means we run to not only keep people. First off, y'all would probably take Aaron Rodgers, right? If Dak wasn't here and Aaron Rodgers was just out there like he is now, y'all would probably take Aaron Rodgers at some point. Like you would probably take him, right? If it wasn't for the fact that you love Dak, let's just say that, right? Good quarterbacks even understand what the run game does for them, like Aaron Rodgers. When we played them, Aaron Rodgers did not light us up in the air. He knew that this pass rush, which is designed to kill quarterbacks who want to drop back 50 times, was going to get him if he tried that shit. So what did he do? He softened the defensive line up by running the football. Doesn't matter all the time about your yardage. It matters about keeping a defense off balance. So me saying that we're a run first team doesn't mean that the yards have to be more on the running side than the passing side. That is not what run first means. Even when you look at the last year that Brian Schottenheimer was in Seattle, what's his name? Wilson threw for 4,000 yards and like 40 touchdowns in a run first scheme. So run first doesn't mean we don't throw the ball at all. West Coast definitely doesn't mean we don't throw the ball. It means we throw the ball, we just throw it short. Run first means we set up things for our quarterback off of the run. That's all it means. Doesn't mean we're the Chicago Bears who just want to turn around and run the ball. Chicago Bears of the Urlacher era where they just ran the ball over and over again into a puff of smoke, or we're Herm Edwards and we're just going to run the ball. That's not what it means. Run first means exactly that. We predicate the passing game and everything we do off of the run, but it doesn't mean we only run. So how would I go about it as a head coach? I would run the ball to save Dak from. We saw that already. I would play Dak the same way we played Cooper Rush, where we ran the ball using both our running backs and protected our quarterback, and then asked him to win games for us in crucial situations. That's what I would do. And then if there's games where we're playing bums and he could just light them up, who's going to stop you? Be efficient and light them up. Protect the football, though. We don't need to have empty backfields to win with a quarterback. That's it's asinine. Everybody doesn't have. As a matter of fact, the league is not even filled with those types of games or those types of quarterbacks right now today. It's not happening. So when y'all get into that, I don't get why we always had that argument, but it's just crazy. It don't mean, it don't mean we only are going to run the ball. You think Big Mike's comments on Kellen Moore basically stated the Jones forced Kellen Moore on him? Probably. I think he was like okay with Kellen. I don't think they forced him on him, but I think it was understandable because he was coming from. He's smart. I would have done it too. I would have kept him coming in. Reason being, I've been sitting on the sideline for so long, I might not be as fast with calling plays, and I got to install an office in the short season. You got some things going on where it's my first year, and then Dak is aware of only one language, which is Kellen's language. I need to learn his language. So what did he do? I'll keep Kellen. Smart. I think he really did want to keep Kellen. I'll keep Kellen initially to learn the verbiage that they use here and learn my quarterback from a bird's eye view. Once I zero in and I can see what those guys can do, I learn the language, I no longer need the language maker. I don't need you anymore, Kellen. You know what I mean? Number one. Number two, I now can see that you're inconsistent when it comes to situational football. So it behooves me and this team to move on. So I think maybe it was truly his idea to keep him initially, but now as time has gone on, he sees that they don't have the same ideology and he doesn't need him anymore. So I think that's what happened. But listen, I've been saying I'm jumping off here and finishing this breakdown, and I'm doing just that, man. But I appreciate y'all jumping off again. Talk to y'all soon. Peace.